What should I consider before starting a new division of my business or a new sector that we're just going to suddenly go into? What should I consider?
The main considerations for me would be the market. Now, I've seen a lot of businesses go, well, let's jump on the next hot thing. And to be honest, they got onto the boat too late. Now, making those decisions really need to be made at the right time, and making sure you've got the cash to back those decisions is super crucial. I mean, you can jump into the construction sector, but if that's not where your skill is, you're always going to have a hard time. I advise a lot of clients, stay in your lane. It's the best way to make money. You do what you do well in that industry. If you're going to go into another industry, make sure you've done your research.
I think my advice from an operational point of view would be very akin to that. It's, have you won? Can you confidently answer the question, have you maximised already on what you've got in the sector that you recruit in? If the answer is no, probably focus your financials and your investment in that area because that's what you know.
Absolutely.
And to your second point on that is, do you have the money? Often people don't realise how much money and how much of an extra runway they will need for a new sector and how many hands on deck. I mean, I've got a client who, it's about 6 years ago now, went into nursing, and they were not a nursing agency, but they employed someone who was a nursing recruiter. Now, there's a lot more that goes into a nursing agency, and had they consulted me prior, I would have given an example of what a good nursing agency requires from the staff perspective.
Absolutely.
They have allocators, they've got people constantly on the phones just taking people's availability for nursing shift work.
Yep.
Now, one person can't do that, and then they assumed they could because they weren't a nursing agency, they were an accounting recruitment agency, and they assumed it was the same, and it's just not. So they didn't have the financial runway to actually invest in that.
It happens time and time again. And it doesn't just happen in the recruitment industry. It happens in every industry. I mean, Google had this example where they were acquiring a business every week because they thought, more businesses would equal more money. They got to the point where their share price was plummeting, and they ended up just doing 4 things. But they did 4 things well. And that's how they got their share price back up. I mean, if it works for someone like Google, just to stay in your lane and do what you do well, I think it's a pretty good lesson to say, maybe this works across all of business.
Yeah.